So, Nicky, you and the Peg is getting close, I see.
He's got work. He pays. That's about it.
Yeah? Well, remember who made the introduction. Remember who brought you in. Don't you forget about me. Maybe you want to pass something up to me. Pay me some tribute.
For some reason, Ray really holds that against you. I don't know why. It's not like Nico is trying to be a made man or something like that. All he cares about is finding Darko Brevic. Besides, it was Phil that made the introduction. Maybe the game is giving us an excuse to not like Ray anymore. Anyway, hi ladies and gentlemen, Spenny here, and welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 4 Part 17. I'm just waiting for a couple of phone calls, including Roman, the United Liberty paper contact, and another one from Ray.
He must have robbed the diamonds off of Isaac. I got the money robbed off of me by a biker, remember? The diamonds were sold.
Don't get smart with me. Get me them diamonds off Tony. The Irish will be square with that, and you'll be square with me.
We're already square.
See what I mean? I'm not even sure what I owe him for. Working for Pegarino or simply not getting paid for the diamonds. It's like you said before, he's a hired gun just looking for work. Now I was going to see Pegarino next, but I accidentally made the wrong turn. Let's see if we can get up there. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I can't answer the phone at the moment. Hang on. Then after that, I got a wanted level, lost it. Roman wouldn't answer the phone after I tried to call him back. This is honestly one of the worst starts to an episode. And all I'm trying to do is get to Pegarino's house. So I said screw it, took a cab, and saw Bernie straight away.
Where?
My friend just turned up. I think he can help. Jesus H, Nico. I need a tranquilizer. Bryce is getting blackmailed.
About what?
About me!
Okay, that's not good. Did he find out any information about Darko Brevic yet?
No, but he's working on it.
How many people are working on finding Darko? You wonder if he's a powerful person himself. But yeah, this blackmailing, there's actually more to it once you meet John Gravelli, boss of the Gambetti family who are on the commission. See what I mean? Another fast car. Don't mean to sound ungrateful, but it's not the fastest one Bryce owns. That would be the mesh between a Lamborghini Murcielago and Pagani Zonda, which you get after completing all the missions with Bernie.
I hope the cash for this didn't come out of city funds.
I'm only telling you that now because I never pick it up, since those goddamn parking spots outside the safe house are too unreliable. In fact, about halfway through this episode, I'll prove myself right.
Where's Bryce? We wanted to speak to him, not his rent boys.
Listen, you're going to speak to your boss and tell him to back off.
If that's the way you want to play it, fine. Bryce will be all over Visual News tomorrow morning.
You know what? Maybe the best way to get the message to your boss is for me to send him your heart.
That is a pretty badass threat now that I think about it.
Dmitry Raskolov only asks once.
Oh no.
Your lover's career is over.
Fucking Dmitri!
That's when the game reminds you who the main antagonist is. That he isn't out of the picture completely.
We gotta get him, Nico! I don't want to die!
For this bit I didn't want to say a word because I wanted to take them out quickly. You can get them on the road, otherwise when you reach the bottom of the map they'll pull over and try to stop you on foot. If that were the case, I really wish they were taking us to Dmitri so I can get him. Yeah, we got him. See, it is virtually possible.
Let me finish this. Dmitri is too much of a rat to go to the media himself. The information he has on Bryce is too valuable.
You think it would kill Bryce if he didn't have his career?
Maybe he should have thought about that when he started dating you. Not that there's anything wrong with dating you. Your choice is your choice, man. But he should have thought about who he was before getting elected on the family values ticket.
So it's a lucky coincidence that the person he's secretly dating is friends with someone who has a massive vendetta against the man that's trying to blackmail him. It doesn't matter anyway because Bryce is eventually exposed to the public by Thomas Stubbs, the politician Johnny works for in Lost and Damned through an optional side mission where he tells you to plant a bug in Bryce's aforementioned hypercar. Another reason to not take it once the missions with Bernie are complete.
Here we are. Look after yourself, yeah? I hope Dmitri and his people back off now.
Wait, is that a blood stain? Nah, it's just a big dent, a symbol of my determination to stop Dimitri's lackeys. I'm sure I can buff it out at a paint spray. So while I'm getting another outfit, it isn't explained how Raskolov rose to power so quickly, because aside from Roman's kidnapping, you don't hear anything about him up to this point. It's most likely thanks to his partnership with Ray Bulgarin, but maybe the story is structured in a way that you're not supposed to know because Nico promised his cousin that he would, quote, disappear as far as he's concerned.
I proposed to Mallory, Nico. She said she would marry me. Now all we need is to find you a wife, and we can all settle down happily ever after.
I'm working on it, cousin. There's this girl I like. She's called Kate McCreary.
I'll invite her to the wedding.
You don't even know her, Roman, so please, try not to embarrass me. Congratulations on the engagement.
Thank you, cousin.
It seems like what Roman just said before he realized his apartment and business were burnt down, where he had a dream when he and his cousin ran a nice restaurant-tavern combo, a place of distinction, both had met the right woman, and now at this point in the story, it's slowly coming true.
Hey!
Who you waving at?
Feds, I think.
Looking at the hedges, I doubt you can even see the road. Maybe that's why Bellic is like, who are you waving at?
Nice talking with
Whatever. You have fun. Pick a swell guy to kill. Hopefully someone with a young family who really miss him.
Nice lady.
Hey!
Hey!
Is Mr. Pegarino around?
Sure, I'll get him. Boss!
Anthony, will you shut up? In fact, will you fuck off? Go on, get out of here.
Pegarino certainly made a miraculous recovery from the bullet he took in the last mission. Then again, Nico has taken hundreds, maybe thousands of bullets since he arrived in Liberty City, and only visited the hospital maybe a couple of times without any noticeable permanent damage.
The way they look at us, we're bottom feeders. Always have been. We ain't a real family to them, just a bunch of Guernsey Goombas.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I love his sarcasm. I feel like this cutscene was made to be played after Bellic met John Gravelli, which I'll do at the end of this episode.
Follow them to the meet. You disrupt it, and I'll let you keep the money. But make sure you hit the Pavanos real hard! Capiche?
Yeah, capiche.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take the money, but as I've said endless times, what are you going to do with it? I've got enough to keep refilling ammo up to the end of the game. Speaking of that, as soon as I hopped in the car, I realized just how little ammo I have left. And that's what happens when you're so used to auto-aim and switching to manual, firing more bullets than usual. Hey, did he just hit my car? Honestly, I don't care.
I think that guy works for the Pegarinos. God, they must be desperate. Let's lose him on the way to the meet.
Maybe I should take their car once I deal with the Pavanos. Jesus, look at it, it's chaos! I've never heard that many car horns go off at once like that. And here's a unique stunt bonus. Fun fact, you can actually control the speed of the camera while it's in cinematic mode, but I'm not going to risk losing the Pavanos over a stunt bonus. And they're certainly taking a lot of punishment for a sports car, once again using the city's alleyways to make use of the whole map when you complete the story. Now the way to disrupt the meeting is to get into cover from the side of the building, because as I've said a lot in this playthrough, if you're in the open, you're finished. And since it's a car dealership, I recommend a grenade. It's like setting off a field of landmines. And like that first mission with Derek, this shootout triggers a wanted level and you want to be clear of all the enemies as quickly as possible before the police arrive. Well, that actually went a lot better than I expected. Barely took any damage, police haven't arrived yet, leaving me with a pathway to escape more easily.
I got that stuff, Jimmy.
Well done, my boy. I hope you made him suffer. Teach him that all-that-ass Pegarino term. Is there a nice little haul in it for you?
All right.
Well, maybe you'll give me a little tasting. And something up the ladder. That's how us Italians been doing things for centuries.
Good thing I'm not Italian.
As you mentioned with Ray, he doesn't buy into that tribute stuff. Unfortunately, the mood turned sour a minute later, because after saving the game and changing outfits, my Sanchez disappeared in the dumbest way possible. I parked the car in front of it, but after walking out of the safe house, the car was suddenly parked on the other side of that space and the motorbike is no longer there. This is exactly what I mean when it's easy to lose your favorite vehicle here. But I wasn't as angry as the time I lost the 2 Banshees in one mission, because I already had a manually saved file from when I reviewed this game a couple of years ago with a Sanchez saved in a parking spot.
Felix, I want to introduce you to John Gravelli, head of the Gambetti family. He needs help.
I'm already working for a mafia family. They're scum.
The Pegarino. They're not a family. Gravelli is the only man who can get what you need done.
It's honestly better to drive through here to silence the sound of horns while I'm on the phone.
He's expecting you.
Okay, I thought the marker to meet up with Phil was at his office like last mission, but he's actually a Pegarino strip club. But at least it left a chance for the main antagonist to call me as well.
Stop blackmailing my friends, Dmitri. You do not want to anger me more.
Persuade them to give up the contract. We can work together. I will.
Not a chance in hell, you little rascal.
I made the mistake of working with you before. It's not one I'll repeat. Goodbye.
Hey, pal, what's going on?
Not too much. How are you?
I'm good. Want to walk and talk?
Sure.
So you're a friend of Ray's?
A friend? Oh, I do some work for him.
No.
Notice how Phil covers his mouth in case a Fed who can lip read is watching him? I reckon that's a reference to Casino.
He's a rat, doing an impression of a man.
That's pretty good.
Phil!
Say what you want about Phil, this kind of behavior means he's always making sure everything goes smoothly, less likely to get pinched, actually gets involved in the action with Nico, and treats him a lot better than Ray.
I'm gonna have to take a chance with you, pal.
Okay?
Come on, let's go.
You scanned this thing for bugs? No, but we can be pretty sure it's clean. Chill out.
On the second bit of dialogue, he also asks if there are any choppers around, a reference to a scene in Goodfellas when Henry Hill was followed by the police in the air all day. One of the best parts of the movie.
With the wrong people if you expect them to whack you if you go inside. Where's the trust, Phil?
It's about survival. If someone who knew what I knew got flipped, then the whole organization will go down. Whacking someone who catches some heavy time is just an insurance policy.
If you're paying attention, he makes it out so that getting busted or wasted has way bigger repercussions than you think. And even though in actuality, all Nico can do is access his phone and try again. That said, these conversations between Phil and Nico I actually like to listen to, and I don't blame anyone for deliberately failing the mission to hear the second bit of dialogue.
There should be a lot of sugar, but that ain't the only reason why we're taking this truck. Some of my boys stole it from the enchiladas this morning. It's the one the Russians are expecting to come pick up the seat.
Even though the graphics on the truck are different every time you restart the mission.
It's the one Jimmy P worked at. You and me know it ain't gonna work, and that the only way we're gonna be able to leave that place with the sugar is if all the Russians in there are dead.
I like how Phil already knows that a shootout is inevitable.
Not just drive right into the middle of it.
Because these is the orders and we gotta follow them. That's the way things work. You ain't gonna be happy about everything you get told to do, are you?
Well, you have Plan B prepared, you might as well take the obvious approach. I have to avoid the heat, so I'm actually paying the toll in this instance. I suppose one advantage is stopping to admire the view. No matter what time of day, being in this part of Liberty City specifically really gives you that brief illusion that you're in the middle of New York in real life. Seeing all these Russian gangsters, a shootout is highly predictable.
I don't let anyone in here until I get the word. There's something wrong about you. Get out of the truck real slow.
Nico, looks like we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Shoot these commies!
Oh, nearly got him. Despite low ammo, things started off well.
One more!
Then Phil, of all people, makes a reckless move by running straight into the middle of the building with enemies at literally every corner and elevation. Sure, I very nearly got killed myself, but I wouldn't have to put myself at a level of risk trying to hurry up if Phil didn't run into the middle of fire like that. As a consequence, I failed. It reminds me of that mission in GTA 3 Bomb the Base Act 2 when you have to protect 8-Ball. All he does is run straight into enemy fire. We've all been there, haven't we?
But you know, with me, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
So right after restarting, what I did was grab all the health, armor, and ammo necessary, and the microphone switched off so I can fully concentrate. And once again, barely able to survive, but at least I had a little more margin for error and reached the boats.
It's you! On me!
We're heading to the docks in North Holland.
That was by far the hardest part of the game up to this point, at least the most challenging couple of minutes, and it's not even the end of it.
Man, they ain't giving up easy. We got more of them.
Look at this. Thank God I replenished my ammo too. Like I said during the boat mission with Derek, it's harder to be accurate here because of the waves. Yeah, the enemy boat has just run me over just as I took out the gun, man. I was worried for a second he was going to flip me over or trap me on a bridge so I can't move. Fortunately, neither of these things happen, and despite Phil currently being on the other side of the map, it's impossible to lose him, so it's smooth sailing from here on out. Almost literally. Then after that, all I did was continue to rage over Phil running into enemy fire. Jesus Christ! The problem is that Phil just goes straight into the heart of the gunfire. He's like, what's his name from GTA? Yes, okay, Spenny, it's been mentioned already.
You handled yourself real good back there. Kept your head. That's a valuable trait.
You were certainly trying your best to lose yours. This might be the only time I've ever been frustrated by Phil because of his stupidity. It's a lot easier with the auto-aim where every enemy can be marked in a matter of seconds.
Hey, buddy, where you headed?
To Algonquin Dukes Expressway, please.
Sure thing. We'll be
Bruce.
there in no time.
No comment. Okay, I know it's a story-based call where he finds out about Roman getting engaged, but not yet. I was in a hurry to start the Gravelli mission since it's a long cutscene.
So you're the one who's getting involved with that nonsense for my dear friend James Pegarino.
I wonder what Pegarino would think if I was meeting a boss of one of the 5 families in the commission.
I ain't got much time left. Our mutual friend told me everything. Thank you. It made me
My pleasure.
I love these cutscenes between these two. There's something about Gravelli's presence that compels you to wear the appropriate outfit for the occasion. There's a sense of awe and power about him. Even if he's in the hospital facing the end, there's less to be made fun of compared to someone like Pegarino. I kind of expected more than one security guard.
These Russian fucking bastards are trying to finish us.
That's what makes Dmitri another interesting villain. That you're fighting him and his gang practically the whole game, but he's off screen pulling the strings even though you only hear from him directly a couple of times. A bit like Bill Williamson in the first Red Dead Redemption. As I said before, the last time I saw him was at that warehouse near the platypus when he betrayed you. Felt like a lifetime ago.
Maybe the guy you love, this Dmitri Raskolov, has an interest in keeping the story out of the press. Make sure our boy gets to City Hall.
That might be one of the longest cutscenes of the entire game, and it was very hard to abridge because it's so good to watch, but I had to in order to not make this video too long. This cutscene alone would take up nearly a quarter of the episode. I hate to imagine what it'd be like if I did a gameplay commentary on a Metal Gear Solid title.
You guys waiting for me?
Nico Bellic, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Stay in convoy with us all the way to City Hall, alright?
Sure.
I honestly feel like Nico is underdressed for this mission. Surprised I wasn't forced to change into a suit by the contact.
John, how are you? Of course. Well, I'm coming to see you as soon as I've delivered the speech.
Now this speech by Jefferson is trying to target the Russian mafia specifically, Dmitri and Bulgarin's boys. My guess is Gravelli has influence over the politicians to make them look bad. No wonder he's brought in Bellic to make sure everything goes smoothly.
No, John, if it's your problem, it's my problem as well.
Now, I'm about to go really off topic here, but this might be the only instance when roadworks interfere with your progress, only in the story. Honestly, that's one thing the developers should have done with Liberty City as you advance through the story. Have roadworks in different places, at some point they're used for a stunt where you have to escape from an enemy. A dozen missions later, roadworks to complete, construction workers are somewhere else on the map. It can also create new roads and pathways which make reaching markers faster, or even have rampages and massive crashes resulting in construction workers rebuilding areas, and that too can be used gameplay wise at some point. I genuinely believe that what I'm saying now has potential to open new gameplay and level design ideas for the open world genre, maybe in GTA 6 in the future?
Come on, Mr. Jefferson, let's get out of here!
Why can't they just drive at top speed?
You missed!
Yeah, the RPG does that sometimes. Remember in part 14? At least Mr. Jefferson stays in cover the whole time and you're pretty well protected too.
Oh,
Oh, that was pretty cool. And he survived it too. Not for long. It's like the guy did circus work before becoming a criminal, or a trampoline in the ground. There we go. Trying to pay attention to this as best as I can. I feel a little extra confident with near full health, armor, and ammo. The only thing you've got to watch out for is enemies coming out of that alleyway specifically.
Did you think I was a joke?
That was a...
It looks like these men really want you dead, Mr. Jefferson.
Fortunately, they're a piece of cake to lose if you choose the right route.
If you're gonna try to take out a politician, you better take him out for sure.
Thanks for the advice.
American gangsters like John Gravelli understand the way life works. They get the limits of their power. In Europe, the politicians are as crooked as a gangster.
Maybe that's what Gravelli meant when he said to Nico, if it wasn't for him, it'd just be someone else.
You are as clean as the driven snow. I'll explain that important cultural difference to one of these Russian gangsters if our paths cross.
Some immigrants have the best interest of the country in their hearts. I'll tell John you did well.
Even though he immediately calls John himself to say Jefferson made it.
You did good. Heard you had some trouble along the way. You can always rely on those Russians to try something. How are we supposed to compete with these immigrant criminals when they want it so bad?
You're working with me, aren't you, Mr. Gravelli?
Yeah, but you're not trying to take over the Liberty City criminal underbelly under the Five Families' noses. All you're doing is trying to find someone. And for the final couple of minutes, all I did was take a few phone calls, get them out of the way. I got one from Dwayne, surprisingly.
Hey, man, did you just call me?
No, man. Must have been someone else.
Yeah, must have been. I was in the shower and I heard the phone ringing, so I thought you might have called or something.
The first time I heard this call, I actually tried to call him for a friend hanging out beforehand, which didn't work initially, and thought he actually called back because of it, which would have been another piece of insane attention to detail. And then Brucey finally called back.
I'm happy for him.
Sure you are. I'm happy too. Fucking happy. Brucey's ecstatic, homie. Just, you know, kinda gonna miss him is all.
He's not going anywhere. Him and Mallory are only getting married. We all have to settle down sometime.
What, you think I'm getting old? I got the abs of a 17-year-old gymnast and the forehead of a toddler, baby.
Knowing Brucey, I initially thought he would call to say how disappointed he was with Roman, because as you just heard, he's not the kind of guy who would ever settle down. And just as I was on my way to manually save the game, I got a call from Kate.
He called me up and said that you really liked me and wanted me to be there. Is that true, Nico?
I guess it is.
I'll see you at the wedding then.
I don't think those two have hung out together enough times for it to make sense, but good for everybody. Things are really going uphill. Roman's about to get married, Nico is closer to finding the man that betrayed him in the past, and... Damn it! That would have been epic too, maybe land on a car in midair. It could have been the best one. But I know there are still a few episodes left. I've already talked about the plans for the next month or two, so that's all I have to say. Thank you all for continuing to watch despite the series going on for nearly half a year. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, and speak to you soon.